radio24.ng. Did I hear you say it's not that deep?
Episode of Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. It's 2 minutes past 5 p.m. And of course, today is the 14th of August, 2023, and Wednesday, by the way. Deep Waters is live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. on Mondays, 5 to 6 p.m. on Wednesdays and Fridays. This is where we actually talk about deep, meaningful things. We shake the waters on quality conversations. We dig into the deep waters until they are still. Well, let me say we shake the waters. We talk about personal conversations, psychological conversations, societal conversations, trending conversations, relationships, marriages, finances, and more. We just try to, grow individually, one show at a time, and I'm super duper excited to have you. Last show was pretty much amazing. We had fun talking about very, very deep, meaningful thing, and today is no exception. We'll be talking about another interesting topic today, and I can't wait to hear all your thoughts and your opinions, your thoughts basically on the topic of the day. Thankfully, phone lines are always open, so I'm going to be dropping the phone lines very soon in case you don't have it stored up on your phone already. And if you still have the old one stored up, you need to change it because we actually have new numbers right here on the Rhythm 93.7. All right, today we're talking about gambling, or some people call it betting, or some people can call it staking or something. Gambling, betting, they are used interchangeably. And we're asking, why do people gamble? Or should we say, why do men gamble? Because if we look at statistics, I know women gamble too, but it just looks like it was more of one gender over the other. Why? Not even men these days. Why do young people, especially nowadays, why are they so obsessed with gambling these days? I know people have been gambling from time immemorial, but these days it's like people have made gambling a source of livelihood. Those days it was played for the fun of it, you win, you lose. It was more about, having fun, staking, betting. It was just fun to do. But now you see young people actually making a living by betting. They want to use betting as a source of livelihood, from teenagers to young adults to people working. Look around you. It's becoming like a societal menace. It's becoming a problem because when you have people who just feel like they can make money off something that you can stake, or something that you are conscious of how risky it can be, that you can win or lose, and then you're saying, oh, I'm going to put this certain amount of money, and initially it looks like you're winning and you're winning and you're winning, then one day it just breaks down, and then you lose, and then you lose not small, you lose big time, and then you just go into a level of whatever, maybe depression or isolation or whatever. And today we're talking about gambling, and we're asking, why do people gamble? Why do young people gamble? And why has gambling become so like an obsession these days? I'd love to hear your thoughts today on Deep Waters with Deborah Waters, and the numbers to call in to share your thoughts are 0915 534 5627, 0915 534 5627, or 0915 534 5509, 0915 534 5509. Let's talk about gambling. Is gambling good or bad? Now even let's look at the morality of this thing called gambling. A lot of people, when they say, you're gambling, there's this face that they make when you're betting. This face you make that, is that even right? Is that even morally right? Should you be gambling? They have this judgmental face on, when they know that you gamble. So why is it that the society kind of looks at gambling a certain way, but the same people looking at it a certain way are the ones even playing it in the closet or on their phones? And even makes it worse these days. Those days you actually go to somewhere to go and place your bets and all. Now you can easily do it on your phone, over a football, over a game, even just, place a bet ordinarily, gamble and bet. It's become one of the easiest things to do these days. And we're asking, is gambling good or bad? Is it harmful or helpful? Some people say, without gambling, this economy would have been gone by now, thanks to gambling. Is gambling, does it help the economy in any way? Is it good for the economy or bad for the economy? What are the benefits? What are the effects of gambling? The benefits of gambling, either the advantages or disadvantages. Do you know anyone who has gambled and made a living out of it, maybe made it as a starting point. We've heard of people who won, a lottery or won something grand and, made a living out of it. And we have also heard of people who, will win something and basically just, boom, disappear, and just spend everything, spend all the money and then go back to the street. So what's it about gambling? Is there a spirit that's associated with this thing called gambling? I want to hear your thoughts today on Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. The numbers to calling are 0915-534-5627 or 0915-534-5509. Where are my callers in the house? Where are my thought leaders in the house? I would love to hear your thoughts today on Deep Waters with Deborah Water. Is betting or gambling addictive? We hear that a lot. That thing is so addictive. Is it really addictive, or is it you that lack discipline? Or is it those people that lack discipline? Is it really addictive? I feel like when we're talking about addiction or gambling, we have alcohol, we have drugs, and then you have gambling, Which addiction is even better if you were to pick one addiction amongst these three, or maybe to women or sex, alcohol, drugs, sex, and gambling? Which would you pick? Let's take our first call on today's show. Hello? 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 Can you hear me? Okay, I'll lose that call now. This is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. Please do also call me on 0915-534-5627 or 0915-534-5509. We're talking about gambling today on the show, and I will take another caller. Hello? Okay, I lost that call. Please do also call back. I really, really love to hear your thoughts. If you look at nowadays, a lot of youth, even students in school, have turned gambling into a profession, basically. And we're asking, why is that? What's the morality? Is it good or bad? Is it good for the economy or not? Let's take a caller. Hello? Hi, good to have you on the show. Thanks for calling.
Hello, Debbie.
Hi, Afam. How are you?
I'm good.
So good to have you. I'm very well, thank you.
How's work?
Very well, thank you.
What are you saying? Please, I was with customers in the shop, but I didn't get the whole picture.
Okay, we're just talking about gambling, and we're asking why is it that a lot of youths these days are obsessed with gambling? I know there are a lot of adults also gambling, a lot of men. Why is it that your gender likes to gamble a lot? And we're trying to know if is it good or bad? Is it good for the economy or bad for the economy? And when is it bad and when is it good? That's what we are asking.
Gambling.
Or betting, so to say.
Or betting. My dear, I don't know what to say. Gambling it has been a way of life right from the beginning. Some people see it as fun while they are doing it. Some people see it as a way of making income for themselves, because it's just like trying your luck. Gambling is like trying your luck. It is not only Nigeria that gamble, but in fact, the thing even started from the foreign country before it gets to Nigeria. People can gamble even with their wives.
Ha! Afam, don't come
yes.
again. No. How do you mean gamble with your wife?
A young man came to a casino to gamble. He came with a whole lot of money. Then, for him to be able to beat the winner, the toffer, he needs to go extra mile. And he himself knows what he is doing. So in the first place, he put on some dollars, $3,000. The man chop up. He brings another one. The man chop up. He now empty the whole box, millions. The man chop up. So as the man they chop up, and the man was like, today is my own birthday, you know. Man was like, so he now pull out his shoe, remove his coat, suit, remove his watch, and that worth up to, you know, thousands of dollars. Put at the end of the day, it was exchanged with money. The man chop him.
Yeah.
Then the next thing he did was to beg his wife to stand for him.
Wow.
It was
Is this
very
a real
heavy
life
argument.
story?
Yes.
Wow.
The man he begged the wife to stand for him, that he knows what he is doing.
So
The man, the wife did not accept. The wife like, what? Are you sure you're all right? Do you know what you're doing? He told the wife that, don't worry, I know what I am doing.
Wow.
So at the end of the day, two of them have to leave the casino and go outside. After arguing, he told the wife that he should trust him. That she should trust him. So the wife said, okay, well, you're my husband. If the man chop him, then he followed the man and go.
Wow.
And the young man loves his wife. He won't lose his wife, you know. So at the end of the day, he bet his wife. So the man have to release all the money. I mean, what I am talking about is not $1 million, not $2 million, not $3 million.
Wow.
Billion. The man have to empty the box, you know, that this briefcase.
Mm-hmm.
The man empty it, return all the whole money. This one is a human being. It's no longer, and the wife is beautiful. I mean, when you talk about beautiful, she's beautiful. So the other man that was betting with him is already, you know, eyeing the woman already self. So he has to bring everything he has. Every time kobo that is in him, he bets. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day,
did he win or lose?
The man wins. He wins the wife back. He wins the money back.
Oh wow. Okay. So I want to know why is it that when it comes to gambling that people are, especially men, are they want to go the extra mile, you know, when it comes to gambling? Like why is it that there's no stop button, you know, when it comes to these things?
Let me tell you something. Everything that is in this world has spirits that controls it. Gambling is like an addiction. It has spirits that controls it. Things don't just happen for no reason. You see, just like drinking alcohol, doing one thing that is wrong or the other, there is spirits that are attached to it, and when that thing will be pushing you. You know, when you do small, it seems as if it's not enough.
Are you sure it's spirit or it's just the fact? It's just ego. Just, you know, I don't want to lose.
No, it's not.
I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose.
No. I don't see it as ego. You may call it ego, but that ego can be compromised in the sense that you know, you lose. Everybody can go, but you will still come back again next day. Yeah, I have in my place of business, I have seen people who play this. Let me not mention, but some of them play it, and today they are in the village. They use their business money. The worst thing is when they play the first one, play second one, play third one, then go win small. When they win small, you go see the motivation will come.
Yes.
Then go say, okay,
that's why they be. That's why they be.
1,000 play this exactly. I use 500 play this and I win 50,000. I think this I use something like 5,000 play for the 500,000 now. Next time you go there with 5,000. Maybe you no go win. You go shout, hey! You even one leg may come out. Next time you go there, go play with 10,000. Before you know it, you don't chook hand for your business money. Before you know what is going on, don't they use people money? Don't they go buy carry credit? They put for business. Before you know it, I'm sure you will do it before.
Interesting.
Don't go.
Interesting.
So the thing there is a spirit that attached to it. If you can't control, see, anything one person they do, if you cannot control yourself, even your physical body. See, even the Bible said, it said, the flesh and the spirit are in enmity. What the spirit wants is different from what the flesh wants.
Interesting, Afam. I'll have to take more callers. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. I appreciate it.
Thank you, my dear.
All right. This is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. Thank you so much, Afam, for sharing your thoughts. According to Afam, he says there's a spirit attached to gambling. I feel like that's just an excuse that we give, to be honest. It's easy to just say, oh, just like any other addiction, there's a spirit that guides it. I think the main thing here that I see is, let me see, ego. Ego is at play. The fear of losing is at play. 3, the fact that you've been winning, you've won many times, you think you can win again, so there's hope. Hope is at play. So I don't know about this spirit. So those of you who are spiritual, I'm sure you have something to say about this. Let's take another caller. Hello. Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. I have to take another call. Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. We're talking about gambling today, and we're asking, why do people gamble? Why are young people so obsessed with gambling these days? Why have people made something that's supposed to be a game for fun? Why have they made it a profession? Why they made it a profession? You see some people, when they're playing football, it's like their chest want to come out. It's not because they're enjoying the football or they're a fan of it. It's because they've put on money, bets. They bet properties and houses. They've bet their life savings. They've bet their, according to Kafan, they've bet their wives and children on this. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. I can hear you. What's your name?
Yes. You know, you're talking about gamble.
Yes, please.
You know the situation of country in the right now. Nigeria now is not balanced. And many people are surviving with this gamble. You understand? So some people now, they gamble now to earn their daily food, to put food in
it's
their
like their work, Abby, like going to the office.
Even if, yes, they gamble to put food in their table because our country now is not balanced.
Wow.
Even the one it is say wait, the one way now wait is where there is it's not easy at all. You understand now? So many people are looking for way out. So gamble is not a sin. It's not a sin.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
So it's not a sin at all. So don't see it as a sin. So some people will use it as if you something that put food on table. So people now know how we iron this matter out. The matter is very simple and clear that the country have made many people to think otherwise. You understand now?
Yes. So how often do you gamble?
Huh?
How often do you gamble?
Me, we are into it to no we say now we are we assume into it no we say we are into it go original.
Wow.
We are into it go and see what they make us the gather for streets. We are into it. Yes.
So are you saying it's lucrative? You're making money off it?
You know, say even you say the word you know, say the time we enter motor say it's a gamble. You get to a house or you not get to a house. Is it not a gamble?
Yeah.
You never see those where leave their house and don't reach where they're going. Is it not gamble? That's gamble. Life is gamble. You understand now? So if you go and come back, don't leave it to God. You understand now? So that's gamble. That is gamble. So
Interesting.
It's not seen as a sin.
Nobody has said it's a sin, actually. We are just trying to look at the situation where they get addicted, just like alcohol and drugs, and they cannot do without it, you know? And people, we see them win a lot of times, and when they lose one time and they lose big, they don't get themselves. You know, some people gamble away their time.
Alcohol is very, very different from this thing. Alcohol is very, very different. When something that come up to you, you cannot handle it. You said you take alcohol to forget. You cannot forget. When the alcohol, when the pressure and everything goes, that place you stop, we start from that place. So this alcohol is not to start from this one.
Interesting. All right. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate. All right. That's a gambler there, you know, sharing his thoughts, honest thoughts. And like I said, nobody has said gambling is a sin. We're just looking at the side effects of it. Okay. And now people, like I said, people are not gambling for fun anymore. They're actually gambling for a livelihood. And that could be dangerous. It's like putting your life in somebody's hands. Putting your life in a gambling company's hand, in a lottery company's hand. and saying, you know what, determine whether I win or lose. And like they say, the owner of the company is always the winner. That's what I hear. But again, I'd love to hear from you guys. So please do also calling. Let's hear your thoughts on the topic. Hello.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello? Good evening.
Hello. Good evening, Olawale. Been a minute. Runaway civilian. How are you?
I know what I will. You're supposed to do something or die or number that ended with 0 men. You just call
Oh.
like the first call.
Oh
You're
my.
supposed to do something on it.
Okay. So.
You don't need to see my call. Even though many people so far they are not complaining.
Oh
That's the
my.
thing.
Oh dear. I'm
They
sorry
just call
about
like
that.
this, you just call.
I'm
Let your
sorry
people
about
work
that.
on it. Good
Okay.
evening.
Good evening. Thank you, Olawale. I appreciate that.
Yeah. This guy will gamble or the thing or something like that. Let me just tell you, it's like personal interest, something that you have interest on.
Mm-hmm.
You have already mentioned it, that some people have interest on woman or something like that, drinking alcohol, something like that. You get some people, they don't used to gamble, they don't used to, but some people, they are womanizer, something like that. Let me just tell you, you get some people that everybody is like choice or something like that. And the way the thing now getting rampant in this day now, that's the thing that is the government is supposed to look to. Because many people, so far the economy is not good or something like that, but people are still surviving. But people are now putting themselves on that gamble something to survive. They are not seeing future more than that gamble. That's the thing. People don't see like anywhere you see some young youth or something like that camping together or doing something together, they will say, this or just gamble. You have already won money or did something. I want a lot. Because it's drinking, declare surplus or something like that.
True.
That's what I don't think. The only thing that government is supposed to find some things like solution on it or something. It's not that you are the one that owns your money, but the way the thing is not getting rampant is, even though these are our young boys that these are our young children that they are coming up now. Even though they are into anybody that loves, you'll be fans of God, you'll be playing gambling, I can't lie to you, or something like that. You'll be playing online. You can't go to the shop of these people that they are playing. You'll be playing it on your phone.
Yes.
That's the thing. That's what I'm telling you. The thing is getting rampant. Even though the people that you are looking, your role model that you are looking towards, he's playing gambling, but he's playing codedly.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's what I just know about the gambling. That's it.
Interesting.
That's but I want you to do something on this program that we supposed to have many that we were supposed to be talking. Many people still want to call in to the program.
All
God
right.
bless you.
Thank you so much, Olawale. I appreciate. All right. So I guess I have to limit us to some 1 minute or 1 minute 30 seconds so that you can make your points known. Thank you for the suggestions, Olawale. We're talking about gambling today on Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. And I see, let's not even ignore the good that gambling does sometimes, right? Like I said, there's no problem with having gambling as a side or doing it for fun. But when you now make it your life, like that's your purpose in life, that's your profession. I think I personally have a problem with that. Hello? 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 All right. We are talking about reality here. So I don't want us to mince words when we're talking about gambling. And I don't want us to shy away from, because anytime it comes to gambling, people don't want to talk. It'll be like, I'm doing this one, but they're gambling in private. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the gambling. Let's talk about the effect of it. Is it working or is it not working? If it's working, tell us why it's working. Tell us why you're a gambler. Tell us why you continue to gamble until the time immemorial. And if it has hurt you badly, I also want to hear that story of, I gambled with this amount and it was not funny. It's not funny. So let's talk about these things and let's not mince words at all. Hello? Hello? All right, I don't know what's wrong with the phone lines, and numbers to calling are 0915-534-5627 or 0915-534-5509. We're talking about gambling today on Deep Waters with Deborah Waters, and we're asking, why do people gamble? Why are young people so obsessed with gambling? I feel like if our youngsters are this interested in gambling, I only God knows what's going to happen to the other generation, because now you see what happens is, when you win big, you want to spend big. There's no planning, for the future. There's no you're not learning anything literally from the business because it's a gamble. So you're not learning. It's just like a gamble, but most likely. Again, if I'm wrong, I'd love for somebody to call me and correct me on that. Hello.
Hello?
Hi. Good evening. Thanks for calling Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. What's your name?
Okay. Gambling.
Your name is
This is
Gambling.
very... Yeah?
What's your name?
Listen.
Dixon.
Listen.
Okay, good to have you on the show. Thanks for calling. So talk to me about gambling.
Now, this gambling of a thing, it has adverse effects on our community today.
Yes.
Because there you see underage, like 16, 14, 16, gambling out their life. Let's just take, for example, students in university.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the parents giving them money, thinking that are using it for feeding, but not knowing that they're trying to gain what is above, even the restrictions above 18 has no value in Nigeria again.
I agree.
So what we're talking about is gambling of a thing. It has a very great adverse effect on our community today.
Mm-hmm.
Fine, yeah, it gains some people living, but still, you cannot ignore the fact that it makes you lazy. And
Yes.
people seeking for easy ways to succeed in life.
True.
But still, gambling, let's take for instance, if this was to be abolished in Nigeria,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to have the increase in crime rate. Increase. That's very high adversity because there are many who seek easy ways of getting money, but
Oh dear, I lost you there, Dixon. If I heard your name correctly, thank you so much for calling. Thank you so much for sharing the effect with us. Yeah, we've heard it. I think we sometimes we actually know this effects, especially youngsters. Like I said, the youths. Those are the ones that even pain me the most. And you know the annoying part. I think my brother is also on this table. You know, my brother is on this table. You know, you see somebody, these young boys have been calling you to sister send me money, sister send me money. Right now they don't even send your money, they don't send your urgent 2k anymore, because that money that you've been giving them, they'll be using it to gamble. And when they win big, they will they don't even know, they start to spoil themselves, start to have babe, you know, start to buy things for themselves, you know, start to buy cars. You know, nobody wants to work hard anymore. Business squad, nothing like that. When I can just put 10k here, get 100k for where. And you know the annoying thing about it, because some parents don't know about this, and even the parents that know, in a subtle way they encourage it, because they are actually getting money from the children, they are getting money from the youngsters, they are getting money from the people who are gambling. So who are you to even speak against it, so to say? Again, for you gamblers in the house, gambling is not a thing. We haven't said gambling is a thing. If I personally I've worked with a lottery firm before. I worked with a lottery firm for 2 years, and sometimes I gamble in between. You know, I gamble and all that. I've even seen people win 4.5 million. People win million in front of me like this. I've seen it happen. But we're also talking about gambling as an addiction, gambling as a means of livelihood, gambling in this country. As far as we see all the negative effects of it, don't forget that also the last caller was talking about how gambling, imagine canceling gambling in Nigeria. It means we are finished. It means we are done for. It means the increase in crime rate is going to be it's even high right now, will skyrocket, because people are making money via it. So let's talk about it. I want to hear your thoughts on gambling today. I think I missed some of your calls. Please do want to call back. The number to call is 0915-534-5627 or 0915-534-5509. 0915-534-5627 or 0915-534-5509. How does gambling affect us in Nigeria, affect the youth? What are the effects? What's the biggest misconception about gambling? Let's hear your thoughts. Hello? All right, I keep losing your calls. I hope that's the phone lines. Please, I do not want to gamble with the phone lines. So please do well to keep calling so that I can hear your thoughts on the topic. Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. There's one question I've even been meaning to ask you guys. Is gambling a form of investment? Yes, I want to know that. because some people don't even see it as gambling, they see it as investments. I can't even deny you, I even gambled like some 2 months ago. I was at a lottery event or something, and they were like, oh, drop this amount of money and see if you win, guess this number, da da da, and I was like, okay, let me just try, let me just gamble with 500 naira. It's not much, even if I lose that, it won't be that painful. And I was supposed to win maybe either 2,000 or 4,000 depending on what I guessed, and I put down 500 naira, and I look at the numbers, scratch, and thankfully, guess what, I gambled, and I gambled in, I don't know if this one's gambling or betting, I gambled the right number, and I walked away with 2,000 naira. So imagine somebody doing this every day and you're telling them that they should not. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening. Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. Good to have you. Thanks for calling.
Good evening.
Yes. Kingsley, good to have you. Thank you so much for calling in. Talk to me.
Gambling. Well, I'm glad you're talking about it.
Okay.
Well, to me, there's many aspects to it.
Okay.
Yes. Perhaps, the spiritual aspect to it, yeah, maybe, I don't know, perception on perhaps nationalism, but there is that aspect to it. There's always the spiritual aspect to it.
Okay.
And the physical aspect.
All right.
That's the addiction.
Okay.
So, if one is addicted to it, so the physical aspect has to do with discipline. So, if one is addicted to it, it's a problem.
Okay.
It is more like other addiction. I think gambling is more like drugs. Yes, because if you want to fight against gambling, it's like war against drugs.
But are you sure it's about, is it really an addiction, or is it the one to want to make money,
addiction.
To win?
It's an addiction and feeling. It's an addiction that sometimes when you see when someone is an addicted gambler, the rate at which they gamble, you that don't gamble as such, you will be looking, you will look, and because it's an addicted gambler, the little that will make something out of life, they will gamble it with. So I think to me it has promoted laziness, because even one has something to do for a living, it's a gambler. It's a pity, because I've never heard of any story that the gambler became so rich. But I know there's always a sad story. They come back, because I saw some story online some days ago.
Okay.
They turn out to be rich, because when they become so wealthy, they just want to keep gambling.
Yep.
And they want to become wealthy and they keep gambling, and gambling is taken away. It's just going to. It's just the motivation. It's a pity now. Like it's a pandemic in our society.
It is a pandemic.
I'm just glad. I was just waiting for your professional perception.
Okay, to come in, right? Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Kingsley. I appreciate. Thanks for sharing your thoughts. Sadly, professional, I don't know, still on the way. I guess he's in traffic, and I wouldn't want to start to introduce him. And if possible, sad, maybe he might not make it here before the show ends. So I don't want to know. This is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. We're talking about gambling today. And some of the effects that you guys have mentioned, laziness, to be honest, when you start to make quick, sweet money, hard work no won't do you again. You no go want the hard working again. Do you get? You no go want the hard working, because if I feel just do 1 minute, take one token, money don't enter. So why are we working hard? Again, this is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. We're talking about gambling. I'll take more of your calls after this break. This is Deep Waters. Let's go on that break. When we get back, more conversations and calls. Stay tuned. Back, ladies and gentlemen, Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. We're talking about gambling today, and so far I've been taking some of your calls. We've found a way to actually expose what gambling means. I even had a gambler calling and say, you know what, guys, gambling is not a sin, so stop making it look that bad. And this is a lot of societal perception that we have. Anytime we just hear gambling, we just say, no, it's a sin, it's bad, it's addictive, it's this, it's that. It's just, I just wonder why we never talk about how food is also addictive. Food is needed, but you eat food every day, it benefits your body like many other things. So I'm not justifying gambling, so to say, but I'm just saying that if we're looking at it from a plain perspective, and we're trying to see it from a seeing it as the cup half full instead of half empty, gambling might be a good thing or is a good thing. Now the question is the addiction of it a good thing or not? Again, gambling for me, I'm saying it's a problem when people make it their profession. You wake up in the morning, dress up and go to the gambling shop to go and gamble. You literally carry your money and put your life in the hands of a lottery company that is actually looking out for themselves first before you. The reason why they make you win over and over again is because they want you to keep coming. So they'll give you some small sprinkles of winnings, here and there, and they are making the bigger wins. Anyways, this is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. I'm not here to judge anyone or criticize. We're just here to expose and have deep, meaningful conversations, real topics. I'm right here on Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. And yeah, I've taken some of your calls so far. I'll take more of your calls in a bit. I need to introduce my special guest or special co-host with me. Thankfully, I'm so happy he's able to make it down here to the studio. I really wanted us to start the show together, and just banter and, hear from you guys. But hey, I think this is how God wants it. So yeah, I'm happy to have my media and entertainment executive, my co-host, the filmmaker, podcaster, actor, artist, event and lifestyle connoisseur, and my very, very good friend,
It's a lot.
ex-boyfriend,
I like that part.
gambler.
I like that part. No. Okay, I think I'm the only guy in the world that doesn't gamble. I swear down. Like, I'm the only guy in the world that do not
Does
gamble.
that make you a saint?
I'm like a saint in the gambling world. Because I think a lot of guys, like 99% of guys gamble. Only 1% don't gamble.
So, but why?
It's a survival thing. And like I was saying to someone the other day, gambling is a gift and a curse. It's a gift and a curse.
Why?
It's a gift because, take for example, the society, the country, Nigeria. Mm-hmm. Without gambling, do you know what will be happening in the streets, guy? Without gambling, do you know what will be happening in the streets? Thank God for companies like the betting companies. I don't want to say names. You feel me? And
but are the situations of things that bad? Is it that we can? Is it really that bad?
Guy, it's
terrible.
Bad. It's terrible, and
but is gambling the solution?
Well, it's part of it. It's giving a solution to the people, because the people need to survive. There's hunger in the land, and glory be to God. Like I said, glory be to God for these gambling companies, and that is why I said it's a gift. But then it's a curse because there are a lot of people who are so addicted to this gambling thing, and a lot of people have gone broke because of this.
Yes, I like the sound of that, but I don't think the problem is because they're addictive. Now, how anything that gives you money, won't you be addicted to it?
Well, you have to. Like you said, it's giving them money, so why not? If not, they gotta survive. And if someone that's earning 30,000, like a lot of people in Nigeria, millions of people are earning 30,000. How much will 30,000 do for you in this current economy? So you need some more money, and believe you me, people actually make as much as 5 million every week from gambling.
So why are you not gambling?
Man, I got a different hustle.
What hustle?
I got a different hustle. But, no. But the thing is, people really make money from this thing. You understand? They make money, and again, just like every area of life, some people are lucky. That's where we get people who are very, very good at predicting these games. Some people are very lucky to predict games, and those games actually cash out. And some people are not so lucky.
Now let's talk about some of the side effects of it. Now, when you get money that easily, you tend to want to stick to that because it's who wants to go through the hard routes when you can actually go to the easy route?
Gambling is not easy.
Is it?
It's not easy. There is nothing in this world that is easy.
So what's not easy about gambling? I mean, it's a gamble,
because you lose your money sometimes. You don't always win. There's this movie. I like to share the story with you. There's this movie I watched, a Hollywood movie, Jason Statham, right? The transporter actor. He gambled and he won $1 million. He won $1 million in the gambling hall. He was so excited that he had to stake that $1 million. He staked the $1 million and won $2 million. And they gave him an option that you can stake $3 million and win $10 million, or when you
Lose
stake
everything.
that and or lose everything.
So you keep going like
And
that.
you see the greed of man. You see,
Yes.
every man is greedy. The greed of man, he staked that $3 million and lost
Yes.
everything. You know, so you sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't get lucky. That's gamble for you.
So, Ndiziki,
Yeah.
tell me the real reason why you are not gambling
Well,
or
like
not
I
a
s-
gambler.
well,
No,
like
don't
I
tell
said-
me you have another also.
Okay.
Tell me the real reason.
Okay, the real reason is, okay, now there are some people who, some things are their style. You understand? Some things are their style. For example, some type of hustle. There's some girls that are, when they are growing up, they just like the streets vibes. You understand? But like, taking it personal to me, it's not my style. Gambling is not my. No matter how much people are made. I mean, there's money in every business. Trust me. There's money in every business. But I like my business and I'm cool with it.
So you don't even want to have gambling as a side?
No. I don't even want to learn. Like I have guys that say, "Andy, I found I couldn't learn this thing." Bro,
Oh, they
it's
learn
not my
gambling
thing.
now.
Of course, you have to learn it. You have to learn how to stake, and you have to be. You need to love sports. You need to love soccer. You know, you need to love football. Like me, I only like soccer, football on PS, and all that. Not really. I don't spend time to watch, but I love Ronaldo and Messi anyway. You know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. I would love for us to actually touch on some of the effects. I've heard all the money making, the nice things that happen when you can gamble. You know how your life will change. But what about the youths? The effects on the youths? Because if you see a lot of youngsters these days, especially students, my brother is on this table. They are gamblers. And you see how their lifestyle changes in just a twinkle of an eye
Yeah.
because of gambling.
That's why I said it's a gift and a curse.
And they don't want to work anymore.
Not like they
They don't want to work. They become lazy.
Not really.
They think,
No, not really. Like it's very hard to see somebody who gamble. Like I'm just saying from my experience anyway, the people I know. But I think it's very hard to see somebody who gambles and do not work, because common sense will tell you that this you will not always win. You understand? Even in life generally, you are not always happy in life. You know, sometimes you cry. So come on, gambling. Common sense will tell you, say you cannot just focus on this thing. You know, that's just what it is.
I also feel like we're not talking enough about gambling because of all the good that it does, and that's why it's kind of societally it's becoming a menace, a pandemic, so to say. Because youngsters, I know you are looking at the face you are giving me is like, it's not a pandemic, it's not COVID-19. Child, it is.
Well,
Especially when, see, as an adult, it's okay for you to say, okay, I have a job, I don't have a job, I can gamble, you've worked before, you know how to manipulate these things. Imagine a 16, 17-year-old who has not even experienced life, and the first, encounter with money that he or she has is with gambling.
Well,
how do they want to reprogram themselves to, I want to work hard, or I want to build a business?
you see, gambling, if it was really, really that bad, government will not will not license all this betting.
Because the
companies.
government is also making money.
Exactly.
Have
So-
you seen the government licenses? Do you see how much it costs?
Yeah,
Are you serious?
but I think what you're trying to say could, if you were talking about fraud, Yahoo boys and all of that, then I mean it is. But talking about gambling, guys, if you cash out, keep betting.
Oh God, did I bring the wrong person on the show today? This is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. I missed some of your calls. Please do also call back if you have thoughts and questions and opinions. If you don't agree with what Ndiziki is saying, please do also call back. Calling on 0915-534-5627 or 0915-534-5509. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you have any, good or bad experiences from gambling, I'd love to hear a personal perspective. Would love to actually hear a personal perspective. So let's take another caller. Hello? All right, please turn off your radio. I'm good to have you on the show. Thanks for calling.
Yes,
Okay.
I heard the young man when he said if you keep gambling, your partner to keep gambling. My brother, they said whatever that comes from the corner of the mouth always goes from the corner of the pot always go to the corner of the mouth. You might be seeing those that are making it from gambling, but you have not seen those that have gone down because of gambling.
Deep, very deep.
You know? You see, when somebody gives birth, they rejoice. When somebody dies, they cry because they have lost somebody. Gambling has a repercussion, and the repercussion is always disastrous. We don't talk about the negative effect of it. We only talk about the positive. You cash out, you make the money, you do this one. Yes, you can do business equally and cash out if you want to. You can become useful. It doesn't mean that you have to spend all your life in gambling, even while you are adult. Some people gamble and make some money out of it. They invest into business and start live the gambling.
Okay.
Why those where the spirit, the thing don't chop their image, they continue until that thing rule them.
Interesting.
See, the thing I shared the experience here with you before. In the place of my business, there are several where this thing don't carry, where the thing don't send back to home.
Interesting.
I am telling you honestly.
All right.
I don't want to mention the name of anyone else, but I'm telling you, they saw it as source of income in the sense that they are there morning, they are there afternoon, they are there night.
All right,
But the fact say, so
all right.
all these things. Okay, you mentioned some. Sorry, you said something. Our young ones now. So many. You can't even see any young boy now to carry to come and serve me. I want to settle you or that. But before you will tell me that. Do you know how much I make in playing this gambling of a thing?
Interesting.
How much will it? So we are losing a lot in that aspect.
All right.
If it is.
We are losing our future of tomorrow. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much, Afam. I appreciate. All right, do you want to react to that?
Yeah, of course. Like he said, and like I said. So make it not be like say they fully support. The truth is,
You're
it's a
telling
gift.
them to go and gamble,
No,
but
no,
you're
I'm
not
just-
gambling.
listen-
You're not a gambler.
That's
It's
me.
the irony for me.
That's me.
Yes, you're telling people to go gamble, but you yourself, you have never gambled, and you will never gamble, and
I've
you're not considering gambling.
I've said a lot of things, right? Now listen.
So
There
you're
is-
saying, if you want gamble, they go. Our young say, they go.
Now
But
listen,
you they yeah,
babe,
for
see,
you they do business.
there is
You they run things.
There is money in every hustle. Always remember that. There is money in every hustle. And gambling is a gift and a curse. Because everything good, there is some little bad in it. And everything bad, well, you know the
There's
rest.
good inside.
A little bit.
And this jeez, I think just you guys is so controversial. But anyways,
Yeah.
what would you say to parents who actually know that their children are gambling and are not saying anything about
But
it?
the bad thing there is, this funny thing, not really bad. The funny thing there is, there are some of these kids that take care of that support
Their family from
with the gambling money and
True.
also the fraud money.
True.
You understand? Because I think the fraud, you're not going there. That's what we should be, hitting. But anyway, there are some kids that support their parents or their families with this fraud or gambling money. So you cannot. It's just like the way some girls who are into prostitutes support their parents with.
So the parents cannot ask where
You
you're getting
understand
the
what
money
I'm saying?
from.
That's the
asking
problem.
you now. Is it that they can't ask where the money is coming from,
You
or
cannot.
they just shut their
You
mouth
can't
and enjoy
scold
themselves?
the kid because you're benefiting from that. That is where parenthood, like we need to focus. Us that are going to be parents, we have a lot of work to do with raising the next generation, because apparently this generation is a total mess. You understand what I'm saying? We have to be very intentional about raising our kids right. Tell them this thing is not good. If you want to trail this line, you are on your own. Do you understand what I'm saying? I think that's how I was raised, though, except the fact that I took my mom by surprise by having tattoos, but but there are some things at this age I still cannot do them because of how my
You were
mom
brought up.
raised me. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a lot of work for young parents right now to like impute on their kids
But see,
values,
values,
morals.
I hear you. Very good point. But again, see, some of these things are not just about imputing on kids. There are some kids that their parents, their father don't gamble, their mother don't gamble, but they go to school and they see friends gambling and they become gamblers.
Yeah, you're right.
So yeah, parents have issues, but their part to play. But the children also have to be not interested or be disciplined enough to know that this is not a career, this is not a profession, this is just it's for fun or just to while away time, or not a profession, not a lifestyle.
But it also goes to tell you that at the end of the day, the family background is the most important because it will guide your decision, your choice. So any child that you see has made a certain choice, that child, there is a little bit of that family upbringing there. There are some families that are just, I beg, anything you want to do, just do. You know, consign me. You understand? But there are some families that are very strict.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's just what's up.
Interesting. I wish we had more time to touch on more on this, but I wanted us to even touch on addiction and all, but time is not on our side. I guess we have to do a part 2 of this. I feel like this 1 hour is not really enough anymore. Well, Eliziki, thank you so much.
Appreciate
for
the love.
sharing your non-gambling stories, telling people
Thanks.
to go and gamble, but you are not a gambler.
Nah, don't do it. Don't do it. You get addicted.
You are a saint, but they should go and
Don't do
continue.
it. You get addicted and you waste your money.
But you said people win money too.
Yeah, people win money, but you
are not people.
You gotta be lucky, bro.
Thank you so much. I
appreciate the love. Thanks
yes,
for having me.
to all my callers and listeners, I appreciate you for being a part of the show. Thank you so much. Every word, every thought that you've put out there, has been of value. Somebody has listened to it. Somebody has gotten something for you. Not a bad thing. Oh, somebody has gotten something good from it. So I'm happy to do the show again on Friday at 5 to 6 p.m. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for calling. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. And please don't make gambling a full-time hustle. I don't know how to say. I don't even know how to advise at this point because if you say, they will say, Deborah, can you give me the other 2K that gambling is giving me?
Exactly.
Just tread safely and carefully. Yeah, because the more you do something, the more you become addicted to it. And nobody say you will come reach the part where you will go gamble your wife or your husband on top of the matter, and that one go bad. Go. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you on Friday. Bye bye.